that's one of the things that when I do these podcasts like I'm talking about with you, is I want to get across for people to sort of inoculate them, or there's a
Mm,
vaccine here of sorts, to realize that you're going to be scared for yourself, or especially maybe even more so for your children or a sibling or whatever, when they're behaving in a way, and you're going to be vulnerable to some authority out there who's like looking like they know what they're talking about, and when your gut's telling you, like, my God, this person doesn't make any sense. It's not as loud when you're filled with fear. So, I mean, part of the problem for a lot of mental health professionals, I also learned this when I was in scary situations. So I worked, I worked as an intern in a psychiatric emergency room. Then I got a job there for a while. Is that when people get dragged in off the streets, sometimes they're dragged in there by the police, sometimes they're dragged in by family members, and they're acting erratically. They're scared. It's scary. It's a scary thing for folks. Is this person going to kill themselves? Are they going to do some damage out there in the world? What's going to happen? They also are scared about the fact that, yeah, they know a whole bunch of people who ended up getting put in the hospital and they got worse, being in the hospital. So it's just filled with fear. And what I noticed was that it was a lot of mental health professionals were very incongruent. They lied to themselves about how scared they were. They lied to the patients. And so there was an inauthentic incongruence. Not all. There were some really impressive people in who I worked with there, who really grasped that situation and were able to transcend their fear and try to help not only the family members but the person themselves have less fear. Okay, that's really what a good professionals want to do, is want to trust that if we could, a good professional or good helper, a good parent or a good coach or whoever, is want to try to help people have less fear, because they trust that if you have less fear, you're going to be able to think better,